Let's take a look at this Edu protocol called Thin Slides. So in this one, we're having every student creating a single slide, which is going to be a part of a larger class slide deck. And the slide should only contain a word and an image. We want to go quick. We want to get speed with this so that students are able to cycle through. So some of the goals here, we want to have them learn and discover a little bit more about the academic concept and develop their understanding very quickly. It's less work for you. Students are interacting with the content more. We get creativity, visual communication, and students are having to think critically, and they're working together, and lots of different other ideas here. So some examples, it could be really anything. Shapes, vocab words like a Latin root, abstract noun. Maybe you're teaching civics and it's a topic like that, or maybe you're doing a theme in a literature unit or anything like that. So you'd have your slide deck with the details on the first slide and whatever you want students to do with that word. So here's some examples right here. So this was kind of the prompt. If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be? They had to come up with a one word and a picture. And you give them about 3 minutes to design their slide like this. Then students, once they're finished with that 3 minutes, they're going to present. Everyone gets to present in 15 seconds, explaining why they chose that picture, why they chose that word, and how they relate, what it means to them. So it's fast. We want to quickly get through everyone so that everyone's speaking and listening, and it can be used over and over and over again. So there are some tips on here as well for adapting for littles. But let's go ahead and look at kind of the workflow here. So students could either be doing this individually or they could be doing it with a partner, but they're going to open a shared template deck. And what's actually really cool about this, if you're in Google Classroom and you're worried about students being on the same deck, you could just give them each their own copy, and then you can cycle through them on the grading window so that you don't actually have to open up each one, but you can just kind of present it that way. They're going to find their slide, they're going to look at the prompt, they're going to find an image, and they're going to write a word. They're going to spend a little time designing it, and then you give them 8 to 15 seconds to present just really quickly. And then that goes for each student. You just go down the line. And then if you need to do it again, do it again. So it takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and we're getting deep in here. I want to give you some more examples right here. So these were some that were done at a workshop. And so students, they were given the prompt of like, what's your favorite food? So the student did a little bit of design with tacos and things like that, but the teacher kind of showed them how to make it more appealing. We have raviolis, boom, boom. So they get to explain why that's their favorite food. Some other ones right here. Here's a template I'll share out with you, but if you're looking for more, just search Thin Slides on Twitter and you can find plenty of examples right here, but the main thing is that we're looking for a picture and a word to describe that. So in this one, share a boring fact about yourself. I drive to work, and there's a picture right there. And so that person would get just a little bit of time to explain that. But it's a great way for you to build relationships, to learn more about your students, and just maybe facts about them as well in a very quick manner. So one example you might use as kind of an anticipatory set where you're trying to get what do your students already think about such a topic before you go into it, you could do it that way. So this question is, what is history? So I would give students access to the slide. They would each take one of these slides right here. Maybe I give them a number depending on their age, and they would go in and start creating their slide in just a few minutes. So one nice way to do this, one way thinking about giving credit and citing sources and things like that, is to take this Explore tool and search and find something like, let's say, yeah, we'll take this image. I'll hit that plus, and what's going to do is it automatically links it right there. So it gives credit on this picture right here. And so I might do some editing with it, such as, making it bigger, anything like that. And then inserting maybe word art here and saying ancient. I'm going to remove that link. I could choose my fonts right here. Maybe I want impact or so I might have something like that, and I can add as I'm developing my slide, and maybe I'm trying to think of, okay, what would I say for this? I might start typing things in speaker notes so that when it becomes my turn, I'm able to quickly present in about 10 seconds. So my teacher says, Nathan, here's your slide, go. I chose the word ancient because when I think of history, I think of all the old things like this Colosseum that's been torn down right here. It's still standing, but it was from a long time ago. Boom, done. And then next person goes. You as the teacher, maybe you're jotting notes. What are some things I need to clarify? What are some misconceptions I need to talk about? What are some further questions that I can ask afterwards? But it's a quick way for you to get everyone's thoughts. They're going and having to think critically. They can't just sit there and say, I don't know. So go ahead, try it with any topic. But I recommend starting off the first time you do this, just make it fun. Make it fun and enjoyable for the kids. Something that's not too high level of thinking, but gets them kind of creating and using some of those speaking and listening skills.